Who's that? Commander Claw. Who's bad? Commander Claw. Welcome back to another episode of Breaking Brews. I'm your host, Commander Claw, and I'm bringing you Venat, Heart of Hydaealyn. I do not know how to pronunciate that. Final Fantasy is somewhat new to me. I haven't played any of the games, but I have friends who have, and they've been filling in the gaps for me about the lore of each character. But you can do the same, so help me out with Venat's story herself. But I can tell you what type of magic card she is. For 1 and 2 white, she's an Elder Wizard legendary creature. And let's get into what she does. She's on a 3/3 body. She says whenever you cast a legendary spell, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. She has the ability Hero Sundering. Tap 7 mana, exile target 9 land permanent. Oh, transform Venat. Activate only as a sorcery. Then she becomes Hydaealyn, the Mother Crystal. 4/4 body legendary creature god. I know somebody out there who's watching this video knows the story. Y'all let me know if this flavor is on point. So she's a legendary god, 4/4 body with indestructible. She has Blessing of Light. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on another target creature you control. Until your next turn, it gains indestructible. If that creature is legendary, draw a card. So she is a legendary matters commander. So you can get card draw. Okay. Then she becomes this 4/4 indestructible god that gives indestructibility and +1/+1 counters to another target creature, allowing you to attack with her and another creature, making them formidable pairing on the battlefield. Okay, cool. What can I say about this? I think it probably is a nice supporting creature, especially probably with Cloud. I would like to give Cloud another way of indestructibility. And actually, she's a mana curve play. So you can cast her early. She sits on the battlefield. Maybe she's not much of a threat. Yada yada yada. She's better than the 99. Then when you got 7 mana and you got another creature that you wanted to make a heavy hitter, she becomes the Hydaealyn, the Mother Crystal. That's the way I look at her. So let's get into some legendary creatures that she could be in the 99 of. Oh, she could be in the 99 of Yoshimaru Ever Faithful for 1 white mana, or actually vice versa. Either or. 1/1 body legendary dog. Whenever another legendary permanent enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Yoshimaru. He has the ability Partner. What do you need to know about this? This is another Legendary Matters commander, and this one actually gets out of control because Lion Sash is a artifact equipment that removes cards from players' graveyards, and you put +1/+1 counters on Lion Sash, buffing up Yoshimaru if it's equipped with it, and this legendary dog is one-shotting opponents because Mono White has really good protection spells, and if your opponents don't have a Exile, Farewell, or Edict effects, your Voltron Mono White commander is taking them out. Yeah. So I just also wanted to highlight that there are other legendary creatures or legendary spells out there besides creatures. Urza's Ruinous Blast for 4 and a white, legendary sorcery. You may cast a legendary sorcery only if you control a legendary creature or planeswalker. It says exile all non-land permanents that are not legendary. Cool. So, yeah, all those rinky-dink artifacts that your opponents have on the battlefield, they're gone if they are not legendary. A great board wipe. And it exiles them. Next up, we got Hero's Podium for 5 mana total, legendary artifact. Each legendary creature you control gets +1/+1 for each other legendary creature you control. Tap X and tap it. Look at the top X cards of your library. You may reveal a legendary creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Cool. This automatically, in my mind, goes into a Joda the Unifier deck. But since we were talking about Hydaealyn, Venat, yeah, she's a legendary matters creature. This works well with it. So let's just be honest here. You're going to throw this in the 99. Like, if you're building this as your commander, I just don't see it being fun. I just don't. I really don't. I really don't. So we're going to add Venat to Arbert, Warrior of Darkness for 1 white and black 2/2 body legendary spirit warrior. Whenever you cast a white spell, put a +1/+1 counter on each legendary creature you control. They gain vigilance. Awesome. Whenever you cast a black spell, put a +1/+1 counter on each legendary creature you control. They gain menace. Awesome. So if they're both on the battlefield, Venat and Harbert, you're just winning because you're going to be playing your legendary creature spells, drawing cards, and buffing them and giving them keywords either vigilance or menace, making your combat phase even more formidable for your opponents. They're not going to like that. Moving on. So we got Terra, Herald of Hope in the pre-con for Mardu, 3/3 body, legendary human wizard warrior. She has the ability Trance. At the beginning of combat on your turn, mill 2 cards. Terra gains flying until end of turn. All right, then she says, whenever Terra deals combat damage to a player, you may pay 2 mana. When you do, return target creature card with power 3 or less from a graveyard to the battlefield tapped. To be honest with you, that creature that returned back to the battlefield, if it's legendary, you want Venat transformed to the Hydaealyn Mother of Crystal, giving it +1/+1 and indestructibility. That's the way I look at this. Just a nice reanimator supported by a creature that gives indestructibility. Now, like I mentioned before, Joda the Unifier. This is a legendary Matters commander, and it is abusive. Abusive for 5 mana, all 5 colors, Wooborg, 5/5 body, legendary human wizard. Legendary creature you control gets +X/+X, where X is the number of legendary creatures you control. Whenever you cast a legendary spell from your hand, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a legendary creature, legendary non-land card with less mana value. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of its library in a random order. Yeah, Joda is just awesome. I mean, legendary matters. They get +X/+X. Players have gone wide with a bunch of legendary creatures. Legendary creatures actually range from all levels of CMC. So don't think that, they cost 3 and 4. Whatever. Players have gotten creative with this guy. It's super fun. It's super supportive. It's Wooborg. So you have access to all colors. And you pretty much replace your legendary spell when you cast a spell. So it's almost like Cascade-ish. Ish. Pretty cool, Commander. I got a video on this bad boy too. Check it out. So thank you for watching this video on Venat. I think she's a supportive creature in the 99 of whatever commander that you have. Like, it's good to put in a 3 CMC creature that gives you card draw and later on can flip and give a powerful creature +1/+1 counter and indestructibility, which leads into proliferating or moving more counters if you have the what is that artifact that moves counters? You know what I'm thinking about. But anyway, I would say she's underwhelming. Like, if you're looking at for like supporter creature, that's the way I look at it. Peace out, y'all.